All right, so here I am. Welcome. Yay. Thank you for joining me this, morning for me, whatever time it is for where you guys are. Um, Mary says, can anyone let me know where I can retrieve the kit? Just purchased but didn't receive an email. Check your spam. I got the same message from somebody else yesterday, and they did indeed have it. It was just in their spam folder. So check there. And if not, I will have to send it to you after because I can't stop at the moment to send it to you. Okay, so we are going to be making a book like this. So it's going to have 12 pages, and it's going to be a place where you can do a bunch of collaging with Christmas elements. So all the things that you've been saving up, if you have a special place for them or a special bag or a special folder, envelope, whatever, now is the time to pull it out. Let me see if I can also turn on another light here. Does this help? Maybe. Yep. Let me try one more light because I think it's still too dark. Okay. There we go. Much better. Much better. Right. So here we go. So you've got two options. There was a kit that looks like this if you're interested in purchasing. These 2 pages are for covers or for tear sheets, whatever you would like. I'm not going to work on my covers until I'm done with the glue book because oftentimes I don't know what I want the cover to look like until the glue book is full, or at least it has a character that I can tell, what the pages on the inside have a look and feel. So then I determine what I want the cover to look like. For now, I just chose a kind of a heavier cardstock, and then I can collage on the top and on the inside later if I would like to. So that's what these 2 papers are for. In addition to that, there are these 3 pages that we will fold down. And then, of course, a sheet full of tags. For these ones, I went to a printer, just like a Kinko's or FedEx, whatever, because I wanted it done on a heavier cardstock. And I just have a black and white printer at home, and I wanted them to look really nice. So I got them done at a printer, and I'm so glad I did because the print quality is really nice and just look, nice and perfect. So this is going to be really good to use in my work. But it's not necessary to have these things. We can make a good or even better book just by using ordinary paper. And I will show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so if you have this, or if you don't have it and you have 3 plain sheets of copy paper, get those out first because that's the first thing that we're going to do. So let me move this stuff out of the way. So the first thing to do with these pages, I have a blank page and I have my printed pages, is you fold one in half. Fold it in half. Same thing with your blank page. Fold it in half. And fold it in half again, of course, and you'll see there are these 3 marks. That's where we're going to be doing the stitch. Super easy. Right. So now on each one of these pages, or one sheet will create 4 sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are 4 pages. So if you have 3 sheets and they all make 4 pages, that's 12. That's going to be your 12. These guys, they are numbered. And when you have this little square in the corner, that means that it's the topmost page. So I'll show you. Just fold them all. We're not gluing anything yet, just folding. We're still all in the folding stage. Right. So if you lay out all your papers so that these numbers are on top, the squares, I should say, the squares. See, this one I already folded backwards. There, now we've got squares up, and I see 1, 3, and 5. So then I just put them in the order 1, and then 3, and then 5. And now when you turn the pages, everything will correspond correctly. Now, these numbers are important because these are the assignments at the base of these pages. Now, on the blank pages, we don't need to worry about that. On the blank pages, we just fold and fold because we can add in the assignments later. Now, if you would like a list of the assignments, they are on my website. They are at margueritemiller.com. I created a blog post, and there, in the blog post, there is a list of all the assignments. Now, why did it get blurry? Come on. Why did it do that? Come on, camera. I got blurry, and then now it will get unblurry. Still blurry. Wait. Try this. Maybe the lens is doing something. Something's on the lens. What's going on here? There we go. Whew, what a relief. Okay, so back to this. Get this out of the way. Right, so if you have plain pages, you can just put them in like this, and then you will have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way through 12, and you can add on the assignments however you'd like. You can write them at the bottom. You could, put them on a sticker and then put the assignment with your sticker, or not, or just leave it blank and don't use it at all, whatever you would like to do. Now, we have not glued yet. I had the idea last night when I was thinking about things. Before you cut out and glue, what if you lined your page inside with something like tissue paper? I don't even know if this would work, so maybe I will try. Let's see, how would I do this? Let me try and cut a couple sides and see what happens. And it's just, I don't know, it's just an idea I had in the middle of the night. Maybe it's not a good idea, but I want to try and see what happens if I do this. So I still need to cut the bottom part, but I'm going to leave it just for 1 second. So I was thinking if I open this up and I line the sheet like this. So let me cut this and line it so that there's a little bit of paper sticking up. Then, glue it gently down like this so the paper sticks out on both sides. And then when you have your pages, you could have a bunch of pages like this. And then if you had red one next, or yellow or whatever, I don't know. I thought that might be cute. That might be an extra thing, but it's entirely up to you what you would like to do to decorate your pages. So anyway, if you line it or don't line it, that's fine. But before you cut the bottom, I would glue just a little bit. It just makes it easier for your pages to stand up through all the layering and things like that. So I'm going to just do a little bit of gluing. Just like that. Same thing for the blank ones. This I had to use I used a tear sheet because I forgot to bring 3 blank pieces of paper with me, and I can't run back over because I'm in a completely different location than where all my supplies are. So I'm not going to glue those pages, but glue one more. Yes. Someone has said we can use paper napkins too. Probably. Yep. If you like just like little bit of something coming off of your pages from in between, that could totally be fun. Another reason why I like to use the glue is because it really holds your 2 pages together. And then when you cut, you can make a really nice, clean cut. Your pages are not going to move. Okay. I've left the bottom line visible, so I'm going to leave this one visible as well. Let me just glue this one really quick because it does make it easier when you want to stitch them together. Okay. Oops. All right. So now make sure your pages are back in the correct order. 1, 3, 5. Same with these guys. You wouldn't even need to cut them down if you don't want to. You can have whatever size you want. If you want to take your plain paper and cut it, to make it smaller or round the edges, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. This is a really good size. This is passport size, as I call it. I think it's a very comfortable size for collaging. Okay, so you've got your 3 pages. Now, for a cover, decide what you want. Decide what you would like. I had that sample. It's just a piece of pattern paper. That's it. Cut in half. As I mentioned before, I do like to do the collaging at the end for the cover, so that makes it easy. You don't have to do a whole lot with that. Sandra says, are you cutting around 1/2 inch around? Yeah, I did on the top and on the sides. And at the base, there was such a small bit of margin before it got to the end. I'm not cutting it at all. So I'm just going to leave that one like that. But it's up to you. All right, so now we are ready to sew it together. If I want to cut a little bit more off of this, if this is too long, I'll cut it after I've sewn it on together. Right, so you need an awl or some sharp, pointy object. I have mine here. And I'm just going to hold it and punch it. For the blank papers, it doesn't matter where you punch them. You just, as long as you have 3, that's all you need. So they don't need to be perfectly measured, or the distance between the 2 points. No, nothing like that. Just push 3 holes into your pages. Okay. All right, so I have nice 3 big holes. I'm set. Now I have an embroidery needle and some embroidery floss. Pick what you have. You could use ordinary thread, double or tripled up. If you don't have embroidery floss, you could use yarn. Whatever. Ribbon you could use even. Just whatever you have around the house. Where is the beginning? Here it is. Doesn't need to be very long. I have about, what is that? It's about 1 foot and a little bit more. Okay. Now, when you sew it, of course, if you have not done this before, you have to decide whether you want the string to come out on the outside of your book, or if you want the string on the inside page. Inside, okay? If you want it to come out, then you start from the outside. And I don't know, I'm leaving about 4 inches. I have a very long string. I didn't need to cut it so long, but that's okay. So I started in the middle, and then I went to one of the sides. And then I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go all the way to the back, to the other side. And then I'm back at the middle again, and just push it through. And I am done. Both my strings are on one side of this string, so I'm going to push one through so that when I tie it, I have the string right down the middle. I'm going to tie that. Now, for my string, it doesn't really matter, but usually in general, it's important to do a square knot, meaning that you tie one way, over the top, and then the second time you tie it, you need to make sure that it's under. Okay, so this time I'm going to use the left side. Google square knot if you were confused by what I just said. Okay, so this is long. I'm going to leave it long because maybe I have a Christmas bead or something that I want to put on here, some kind of charm, something like that would be kind of fun. Again, I will do the covers at the very, very end of when I'm done with all my collage work, and then I can decide what I want to put on here, what I want to embellish it with. Okay, so this is a little bit long. I will cut that down, but I think I'm going to do it with my precise cutter inside. So I'm going to leave that for now. So let's look at the assignments now that we have the book. Let me clean up a little my space here just a bit. Get rid of this. Okay, I want to look over all the assignments, read them over, and have you think about what kind of ideas you think of when you see these assignments, because that is going to be the most challenging part for some people is, I don't know what to do with these assignments. So let's look at all of them first. All right, so the first one says use some pretty pattern paper. You know what that is, right? That's of course, any kind of pattern paper you have. But if you have Christmas pattern paper, that is nice too. I do have some examples in here. Look at this pattern paper. That's nice. Somebody had mentioned napkin before. You could use a piece of Christmas napkin. That would be really good. You know, all these things are patterns. So I'm sure you can find a pattern. Okay. Number 2 says add some textured paper or embossing. This one can be kind of hard because even I don't have textured paper or embossing. Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by textured. This, for example, is a tag, and the paper is kind of bumpy, and it is embossed. See, I guess I spoke too soon. I do indeed have something. This is embossed because I can see that it's been pressed. So they used something to raise the image above and then to put some gold foil on it. So this is both textured and embossed. So this would be a good thing to use. I have another example of textured paper, which is this rice paper. It does have a different look and feel from ordinary paper. So this also could be textured paper for me. So yeah, those are my examples of textured paper. Play with stitches or a bit of thread. This might be easier for some than others. Some people who have a background with sewing and quilting, you know, oh, that's easy. I can, you know, do something. And then for others who don't do anything with sewing and needle and threads, you know, you might have to come up with something think outside the box. If you have a rubber stamp that has a stitch design, you could even draw or take a pencil and just, you know, stencil or draw some stitches on your page. That would work too, right? It's just the concept of using any of those things in your work. What I did was I Googled a star design, and I created this little pattern stitch that I used in this one. I'm making videos of the pages that I've done so far, and this is what I have for page 3. So I did use that here for this one. So that is what I decided to use for stitches or a bit of thread. Okay. Create a repeating pattern. Now, this is interesting because it says create a repeating pattern. It doesn't say find a repeating pattern. It means that you need to create it. You need to create it. So that is kind of pushing you just a little bit to, think outside the box. This is obviously a repeating pattern, right? But no, I'm not asking for you to find this, to do this. I'm asking for you to create the repeating pattern. So what you could do, and what I probably will do with mine, is I have something like a rubber stamp that I could do, just across my page. You could take any kind of rubber stamp and just do a bunch of them or something so that it repeats. You could do it in the background, or you could create your collage and then do it on the top. That would probably work better with a smaller stamp if you do it on the top. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You could also, I don't know, get washi tape and create a pattern with washi tape or something like that, right? So anyway, you will have to think about what you want for a repeating pattern. Number 5, get botanical. That's anything with, a floral theme. That's fun. I love getting botanical. Here's a nice little piece right there, right? I have a whole drawer full of bits and pieces of, botanical stuff. And I think I even have Christmas ones. I have these, which are so pretty. These are going to be really fun, these poinsettias. This came from violetstickers.com. She makes those really pretty stickers, lots and lots of them, different, themes of colors or Easter or whatever. So sometimes I do like to use these. Number 6, put a postage stamp on it. Easy, right? Create your Christmas collage and then put a postage stamp on it. It doesn't need to be a Christmas postage stamp. If you want to stick with the theme, of course, you can do a Christmas postage stamp, but you can create a holiday collage and then put any kind of postage stamp on it. That's fine. Number 7, add some fancy washi tape. So we have, hopefully you do too, washi tape, and then you've got really nice washi tape. So that's what I'm talking about. I have ordinary, plain washi tape. And then I have like stuff that is gold embossed, fancy stuff. So that's what I'm asking you, is to pull out the good stuff to use on that page. This is just a Christmas one. I don't have a roll that to show, but I have some really pretty red ones too. Number 8, add a splash of silver or gold. This is interesting too, because you can, you can do a lot of silver and gold or just a little bit. Again, if I look at this has got gold foil on it. So I could use this easily, right? That would be a good thing. I also have these gold coins. These are paper coins. So I might do something with these. They're nice and thin. So I could take 1 or 2 and just, use them in any collage that I make. Number 9, use some foreign language text. Okay, that would basically come probably from a book page or whatever you happen to have that is foreign language. Look, I've got some right here. I have more pages of this, so I might use that. That's an easy one, not challenging at all. Add some rubber stamping. This too is not challenging. Hopefully you have a rubber stamp. If you don't have a rubber stamp, you can use other things. What other things can you use in place of a rubber stamp? You can use, for example, something that has a design like this and just get some acrylic paint. Pour some acrylic paint dab it, and then you can make marks like this. There are so many things that you can use. You can use an old ring from washi tape. You can also do that, of course. Some people even take potatoes or pieces of vegetable, and you could dab it and create designs with it, right? There's anything that you can use to create some stamping. Add a layer of stenciling. Yes, I did not bring any stencils with me on my desk here, but you know what that means. Just take a stencil and do a little bit of inking. I have my little applicator here that you just lay your stencil down and, do it. You can do it directly onto your base page or do your collage first and then do the stenciling on top, whatever you want to do. And then the last page, something beautiful from nature. This one, you can interpret it as you would like. If you want to go out and get a real leaf from outside, for example, if you want to use something really from nature, then please feel free to go right ahead. I think in that case, I would just also take something paper related and use that with a nature theme. That's what I'm going to do with this one. Okay. So let me read some of your comments to see if there are any questions so far. Dorothy says she has Braille paper that she can use as texture paper. Yes, absolutely. A seal punch that I can use to add texture. Yeah, if you punch things, definitely too. Take a punch and then you can use that as a background. Yes, scraps of embossed and textured paper. Yep. What is the source for the gold paper coins? Let me find them again. What did I just do with them? So these are made in Germany, but there is a online store. I believe it's called 32 Degrees North. Yeah, it's called something else, but they originally used to be called 32 Degrees North. Then they changed their name, I think. But if you type in 32 degrees or Google 32 Degrees North collage materials, you will find it. They have really the most awesome things in there. It's where I also bought this. And they just have amazing papers from Italy and they have all these die cuts. This is where I got all of these guys. So, yeah, it's a really good resource. And the prices are reasonable. They're very reasonable. So I totally recommend it. These coins are super cute. I have a thing for currency, for money, and for coins and things like that. So to be able to use this in collage is just awesome. So that's where it came from. What else? Any other questions? Okay. Yes, roses and palm trees. Those definitely can be Christmas too. Okay. All right, so that is that. How are we doing on time? 9:34. Okay, I wanted to mention, the tags, right. So I designed these for you to cut out and add to your pages. If you are not using these, there are all kinds of Christmas tags that you probably have seen and can get a hold of, like these ones, for example. I think at Tuesday Morning, for example, they have a lot of Christmas tags, right? Anywhere you can buy Christmas tags. So just get a bunch of those. That's what I would recommend. Those are the kinds of Christmas tags I was thinking of. Let me see if there's more examples here. Here's another one. Cute. These are just vintage tags that my friend Pamela sent to me a couple of years ago. Yeah, so you can find tags and use them in your collages too. I like the idea of having tags that you could punch and then add ribbon to or string to or whatever. And just by chance, I found this raffia. And it's paper, which I love. It's a cream colored paper. I love it because I can add my ink colors, right? I can choose whatever ink color I want and match exactly what I want. Well, not exactly, but close. What I want to use it for. And sometimes I wait until I'm all done with the collage again before I decide what color I want for my ribbon, because it depends. It depends on what you want. This one I chose yellow because I have the yellow star, right? So I chose yellow. And this one has green because there's the green stamp and the green here. So this is really fun. I really, so far, I like using the stuff. But again, you can use yarn, you can use ribbon, whatever. And this, I think I've shown you this in another video before. You can use washi tape. Let me show you again. If you take washi tape and you fold it in on itself, and it's a little tricky, of course, because it's sticky, just fold it in half like this. It is essentially the same consistency as this. This is even easier to use because washi tape has that little bit of plastic film on the top, so it makes it a little bit bendable, right? So now you can take your piece of washi tape, and I don't have it. Oh, no, I don't have a tag to stick it through. But now you can take your piece of washi tape and just, manipulate it and stick it in your whatever, your page, your tag, and then, pull it through, tighten it, and then, and then it'll create your tag, your piece of string, your piece of little embellishment at the top. And lots of people, most people have, a lot of washi tape. I know I do. So, there's always any excuse to use a washi tape. I'm always for that. So washi tape works, definitely. So don't worry if you don't have ribbon or whatever. The only thing you can't use washi tape for is binding your book. Sorry. All right. Tags. Okay, so I talked about tags. Yes, good. Oh, another idea I had. If you have not created your book yet, take an old Christmas card. Take an old Christmas card and use it for your cover. I should have mentioned this sooner before I sewed this in. But you can take an old Christmas card and use that for your cover. Look how cute that would be, right? So, and it's also the right texture. So that's another idea. I should have mentioned that before. Sorry. All right, so now let's get to actually doing one. Let's make one. So again, if you need the list, it is on my website. I wrote a blog post and the list is all there. I have some things I can play with here. And let's pick one. Which one to do? I guess you can pick any one you want. Put a postage stamp on it. Maybe I will do that one. This is always something fun for me, so I think I might do that. I have some vintage postcards. Look, this is so pretty. Oh. I want to use one of these, but I don't know if I'm going to feel guilty if I tear it up. Let's see. Mary says, I like to use the pretty candy wrappers from this time of year. You know what? That's a really good idea because candy wrappers often are in foil, which is silver or gold. So you can do that. And yes, coin candy. That's a really good idea too. That's a really good idea. Okay, so I'm going to use what I'm going to do is for all of these, because my page is not that big, it's a good idea to not do too much. I know it's really tempting to just pile on a bunch of stuff. You've probably got a lot of Christmas things and you're like, you know what? I am just going to keep on layering and just adding things and more. But you know what? If you put too much stuff in such a tiny little space, it might just be overwhelming, right? So for me, my rule is 3 pieces. Choose 3 pieces. You can always add on more later if you think, nope, I do need something more, fine. And you can always decorate the back of your page and have that be an element, right? So let me do that actually. Let me pull out my rubber stamps a little bit. Where's my repeating rubber stamp? This one. And a little bit of, maybe I'll take one of these greens. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I have no idea. I have not even picked my pieces yet. You know what? Maybe I should pick my pieces before I start rubber stamping. Good idea. Getting ahead of myself. I'm ready to start stamping, but I don't have my pieces yet. Okay, I want to use this. I definitely want to use this. If I have something that goes this way, then I want something that's going to go like this. So maybe I will use some of this in the background. Okay. This is too much, so I will cut this in half. Oops. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tear it. I think I want this. So I'm not going to tear it. I'm just going to gently fold it because I can use the handwriting on the other side later. I can actually use this in another collage somewhere else. Okay, so I'm going to take that and this. And I'm going to take off some of the top. Patty gave us an update on 32 Degrees North. They have an Etsy shop. Awesome. No longer have gold coins, but they have loads of other things. Yes, they do. Absolutely. And I got those gold coins years ago. So it's actually, they sell what they can get a hold of, actually. And some of the materials, they're quite old. You know, they get stuff from the Czech Republic, or, well, they get stuff from somewhere and it still says Czechoslovakia. So you're like, oh, well, that's at least, from before 1992. Okay, so here I have this and this so far. Looks good, looks good. I think I might cut off a little bit more so that I can see my text at the bottom, but I might do that later. So I've got lots of green. Let's see, what kind of Christmas tag do I want to add? I can add something from here, but let's see if I can find one of those traditional ones. Let's see. Something like this. I think I need more red. I think I would like mine to have a little bit more red. These are pretty. These labels. I'm not finding red. Oh, this is kind of nice. No, there's already a house here. So I'm going to say no to that. These things are nice, but I would not mix the different types of, this illustration is more done in a cartoon style, and then this is, a postcard style. So I wouldn't mix those types of elements together. I don't see anything else red, but if I pull out my postage stamps, I probably have some red ones here. I don't think I have Christmas ones, but that's okay. Let's see. I could be spending all day looking at postage stamps, so I have to be very careful that I don't get pulled into the trap. Look at this number 2. Number 2 looks good. I might use that. And in that case, then I might use a red washi tape to kind of pull out the red from the stamp. That's an idea. I could also use maybe another piece of pattern paper. Let's see. Maybe not. I like the numbers. Okay, I think I might do that. And I might use 2. It says put a postage stamp on it, but there is no collage police looking over your shoulder. If you want to put more than 1, that's fine. Okay. So if I do like something like that, now I can think about how I want to put, what I want to put underneath. See all that white space? So now I can think that I want to change the color. I do not want green. I want red. Let's do that. Clear this off because I made a mistake. Let's do red instead. Oh, my desk is a mess. That's okay, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. So what I think I want to do is just do a repeating pattern. I'm not bothering with the other side because it's going to be covered with the green paper anyway. So I'm just putting something down. Let's see what that looks like. How's that? Okay, maybe a little bit more. There. Okay. Now I got lots of red in there. How's that? Is that good? Okay, I think that's what I'm going to go with. Now I don't have a tag on here. I might take something like this. This is actually nice because it has the it has a package and a mailbox, and this is kind of like a village. So, oh, that's cute. And it has the little red string. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, so let me cut off a little bit of this at the base. All right, and now I will glue. Okay, this one is a little bit thicker. So I will take double-sided tape for this one. And I'm using this score tape, SKOR, and this is 1/4 inch. And I love it because I can very easily put it down and just tear off the edge. Don't even need to use scissors. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at the two numbers I chose. 25. That's crazy. I just picked my two numbers. Look at that. That's so funny. Okay, 25. It was meant to be. Absolutely meant to be. Now, with these numbers or with these stamps, I'm going to glue both at the same time. I have, put glue on both because I need to know where to place both of them, not where to place one and then where to place the other. And I need to know if I need to put one, also one over the other. So it looks like I'm going to put the 2 on top of the 5, and then I will place them together. Okay. There's that. And now my last thing is this. Season's greetings. Do I want it out more? It's hard to decide. Maybe I do want it out. Okay, in this case, I'm also going to use a little bit of double-sided tape. I want to be able to see the layers, so I left a little bit of the background paper showing, down at the bottom. And then I layered it on top of this one. And that is that. Yep. So this one's done. Okay, I'm going to bring it up towards the camera. Hopefully it will readjust. Is it blurry? Okay. There we go. Perfect. Yay. Yay. Now, once you've got your 3 things, 1, 2, 3, I actually have 4, and then the background a little bit is another thing. So that's 5 elements I have on this page. Do I need to add more? No. Do I want to add more? I don't think so. I think I would be, wanting to go on to a next one. But, you can always come back after a couple days, look at it again, and then decide, you know what, I think I would like to add something right there, or right here in this intersection, right where these papers meet. Something small could go here too, right? But but make sure that, or if I did do something, I'd have to make sure that it would fit with the theme of everything else. Right now, I'm going to leave it, let it rest. Yeah, that is that. All right, so we are just up at the top of the hour again, so we are done. What else do I want to remind you of? If you like this type of exercise, I have an online course called Collage Art Basics. I go over assignments like this in the respect that I give you the assignment and then I do the collage with you so that you can see how I do it. And in that course, I provide you with the printable of all the materials that I use in creating the collages, because if you want to be able to copy exactly what I'm doing, you can do that with the printables that are provided to you. So just think about it. If you would like to, do more collage and you're not really confident about how to do collage, an online course like that can really help. And it can be a good gift too. So an online course definitely can be a good Christmas gift. So any other questions? Patty says, I enjoyed this. I hope you do more. Very helpful. And the end result is lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, Jean, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Any other questions? If not, we will finish. Oh, I am working on this. I am putting out another one today, but so far I've only done up to 3, so I have a whole bunch more to go. So I will be creating things and posting videos on YouTube of how I am putting mine together. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. I will see you later, and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. This was fun. Bye.